Good morning and welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be starting off this lovely little series of instance farming to Uldaman. Let us begin. Now, starting off with Uldaman, this is like a bog standard dungeon in order to run. All you have to do is make your way over, all the way over towards 𝐆𝐀𝐌𝐿, which is the last boss. However, I do skip a couple of different types of areas within this, and you're seeing the gameplay footage for this at this moment in time of me actually running this. However, I basically just grab up all of the mobs as much as I can, burn them all down, and it's really that simple, making my way all the way over to 𝐆𝐀𝐿. Why do I make my way over to 𝐆𝐀𝐿 right at the end? This is because he has a chest once he is defeated, which can give a few different types of greens, which can actually be sold on the auction house for a decent amount of gold. Overall, though, Uldaman doesn't actually pull in an awfully massive chunk of transmog. Mainly, you're going for these high-ticket items that actually can sell on the auction house for a decent chunk as well. Looking at this, the items of note is the Pendulum of Doom, which at this moment in time is currently going for anywhere around about 2 million gold, which is it's a very big drop. Then you've got these low-end ones, which are fairly common, which is Energy Cloak. You've got the Miner's Hat of the Deep, which now drops from this, which is pretty awesome. And over than that, that's going for around about just under 1 million gold at this moment in time. Following on to that, you've also got the Papal Fez, which is roughly around about 700,000 gold. You've got the Spirewind Fetter, only 300 gold. And the Adventurer's Pith Helmet, which is 400 gold. Spolders of the Lost Age are going for roughly around about 500,000 gold, as well as the Leg Guards of the Vault, 1,300. The Monolithic Bow, nearly 60,000 gold. The Stone Vault Shiv is around about 2,000 gold. The Shadowforge Bushmaster going for around about 1.3 million gold. The Beacon of Hope, which is a very common drop as well, is 400 gold. The Digmaster 5,000 is on the loot table, but it's rarely seen, so be prepared that you're not actually going to get this one, and that's going for around about 2.6 million gold. The Excavator's Brand, which is a fairly common drop, is 1,800 gold. The Stone Vault Breaker Bone Breaker is roughly going at the moment for around about 83,000 gold on my server. However, I call BS on that because the region sell average is around about 4,000 gold. The Annealed Blade is around about 1,000 gold. Jinsu's Sword, which is another high ticket item, which it actually drops more common than not, is around about 150,000 gold. The Obsidian Cleaver, 8,000 gold. And then you've got these really high ticket item here, which is called the Jackhammer. This has not really dropped in like forever since like Cataclysm from Uldaman. If you actually got this from Uldaman, like take a screenshot and show me. But at this moment in time on the region market value average, it's around about gold cap. So yeah, that's a decent chunk. Other than that, there is two more items, which is the Shoveler, 10,000 gold, and the Earthen Rod, which is 500 gold. As you can see, there is a decent amount of items which tend to sell for a lot less, and then you've got these big ticket items from Uldaman which go for a stupid amount of gold, and that's because those ones are really hard to obtain, and you're going to be doing loads and loads of runs. However, you are playing with RNG here and the value with large numbers, so getting those runs in as much as possible, rolling the dice every time. Remember, every dungeon run is a roll of the dice whether you're going to get one of those big ones. So if you only do 10 and you don't get one of those big high ticket items, I wouldn't be surprised if you don't get them. You'll be incredibly lucky if you got one or even two of them from like a 10 run lockout. Let's be quite frank, you're going to be wanting to put in a lot of hours with Uldaman, but it does actually pay off in the long run if you actually plan out that you're going to be doing this every single time and just constantly grinding for those items if you so wish to farm Uldaman up. Uldaman is just such a simple gold farm in order to do, and I figured this would be a great video in order to come back with and just explain it. in its entirety for that one. Other than that, there is not really many other different types of items. Mainly people are going for those high ticket ones, so I'll leave it at that. Remember, Uldaman is located within the Badlands, underneath the ground, and it's really easy in order to get to. Other than that, have an awesome rest of your day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be soon.